Yeah.
Curtis Jones, what's the story?
Yeah, we know that Inter Milan have been interested in the player for some time. The significant part of this deal potentially progressing is David Fratesi going to Lazio from Inter Milan. That would then free up space and funds for them to go and get Curtis Jones from Liverpool. He is their top target. He's the one they want. He's the one that they're desperate for. At the minute, there is a gap in valuation between what Inter want to pay and what Liverpool are looking for. It feels like Curtis Jones maybe is ready for a new challenge, but Liverpool won't be selling him on the cheap. You've just seen all those Chelsea players and the price tags that they have. Liverpool will hold a very similar high value for Curtis Jones, particularly for someone that's been at the club for a long period of time. He's come through the setup and he's been key to all the success under Jurgen Klopp. But is he going to be a regular starter? Is this the right time for him? Is this going to be the right price that Liverpool say, OK, we accept that because we can reinvest it? But yeah, that's the latest one. But Fratesi going to Lazio is a key part of that deal happening.
I don't get Liverpool, though. I mean, we've said it time and time again on the transfer show. They spent a lot of money last summer. They're light, they're unbalanced, so surely they should be hanging on to Curtis Jones and bringing players in, not letting them go.
Two quick things. Trust the process. Trust what Liverpool are doing. Trust the people that are running the club have a plan for between now and the 1st of September, deadline day. And last year, yes, they spent 446.5 million as a total possible maximum outlay, but they sold around 250 million pounds worth of players.
Sure.
So actually the net spend was around 200.
I get the net spend, but it's a fact. They spent all that money on players, and now they're going to have to spend a lot more money on players because they're not happy with how they are at the moment.
And there's been things that have happened that they haven't catered for, you know, with Mo Salah deciding to move halfway through his contract. You know, they had other issues that have affected their ability to have the squad they want. So I think Liverpool fans, whilst they'll be frustrated right now, trust the process, judge it on September the 2nd, and you can judge it on September the 2nd.
You've turned into a football man.
OK, big game tonight. PSG against Aston Villa in the Super Cup. Let's head to Salzburg now and speak to our reporter, Anton Tolui, who is still there amongst the fans in the shadow of that beautiful castle there in Salzburg. Let's talk about PSG, shall we, to start off with. And Bradley Barcola, he's in the squad. Is he likely to feature tonight? And what are the chances of him staying at PSG?
Yeah, I think there's a chance we'll see Bradley Barcola play for Paris Saint-Germain today. Now, whether he stays beyond the window is very much up in the air. Speaking to people around the club, speaking to journalists that cover them regularly, they just don't know whether Bradley Barcola will be a Paris Saint-Germain player come the end of the window. And that is because, obviously, we know there's a price tag in which Paris Saint-Germain will do business for the France winger. The problem is that price tag is above £130 million. And it's whether clubs like Liverpool, who we know have a strong interest, are willing to do a deal at that price, or whether Paris Saint-Germain will eventually, to a slightly lower price as the window goes on. We know they potentially have a replacement in line, and Mika Götze, the player from Ajax as well, who's desperate to move to Paris Saint-Germain. But at the moment, it's still waiting to find out what happens with Bradley Barcola. So at the moment, PSG are waiting to figure out whether they want to stick to that valuation or whether they're willing to come down a little bit to invite Liverpool back to the table.
Liverpool are reportedly on the verge of making significant changes to their squad, with Bradley Barcola emerging as a major attacking target for the Reds, while Curtis Jones is being linked with a move to Inter Milan. The reported developments could signal another important phase in Liverpool's squad-building plans as the club prepares for the new season. Barcola has quickly established himself as one of the most exciting young attackers in European football. The French winger possesses tremendous pace, excellent close control, creativity, and the confidence to take on defenders. His ability to operate effectively from wide positions could give Liverpool an additional attacking dimension and provide more options in the final third. The 23-year-old has been strongly associated with a potential move to Anfield, with reports suggesting that negotiations have progressed significantly. If an agreement is ultimately completed, Barcola would represent a major addition to Liverpool's attacking department and another indication of the club's ambition to compete at the highest level. While Barcola is arriving at Anfield, Curtis Jones is reportedly considering a completely different path. Inter Milan have emerged as a potential destination for the Liverpool midfielder, raising the possibility that the academy graduate could leave the club where he developed from a young player into a first-team footballer. Jones' potential departure would undoubtedly be an emotional moment for Liverpool supporters. Having progressed through the academy, He has spent years wearing the famous red shirt and has played an important role during some memorable periods for the club. A move to Inter Milan would therefore represent a major new chapter in his professional career. For Liverpool, losing Jones while bringing in Barcola would create a noticeable change in the squad. Barcola could inject more pace, creativity, and attacking unpredictability into the team, while Jones' departure could leave additional responsibility in midfield for other players to step up and establish themselves. The reported developments have naturally attracted plenty of attention, although supporters will be waiting for official confirmation before considering either transfer completely finalized. Until the clubs make formal announcements, speculation surrounding the two deals is likely to continue. If Barcola completes his move to Liverpool, his ability to attack defenders, exploit space, and create opportunities could make him a particularly valuable addition. His versatility could also allow the coaching staff to use him in different attacking roles depending on the tactical demands of each match. At the same time, a potential move to Inter Milan gives Jones the opportunity to experience a different league, a new footballing environment, and a fresh challenge. The Italian giants could provide him with a new platform to continue developing and potentially take another step forward in his career.